guys? Welcome or welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Drea and this Theowlsintuition. If you are new here, hit that subscribe and the bell so you get notified every time I post new content. And if it resonates, shoot me a little thumbs up and comment to let me know how or why. Thank you guys. Thank you for being here. Thank you for all the likes, shares, subscribes, the donations. Thank you for sending decks, okay? Thank you for the super likes. Thank you for everything that y'all do for me. It does not go unnoticed. And also, thank you to those of you who have booked readings with me, and thank you for your patience. And if you want to book a reading, my email is in the description box, but I will never message you for a reading, so just be aware of scammers. And they are 40% off until the end of August 2024. Wow, look at me. Look at this. What the fuck is going on over here? Okay. So we are talking about what challenges are leaving your life as we speak. What challenges are leaving your life right now, and what's replacing these challenges, because you know, as energy leaves, something needs to fill the void. You feel me? So we're gonna see what's coming in, what's going out, what's coming in, what's out, whatever. Okay. All right, so we have 4 piles today. You can pick more than one pile if you feel called to. We have pile number 1, which is the Uncommon Tarot. We have pile number 2, which is the Tridevia Deck. Pile number 3, which is the Tarot of the Owls. And pile number 4, which is the Moon and Stars Tarot. I love you guys. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have an amazing day, night, or whatever. And I'll see you on the pile that you pick. Bye. What up, pile 1? It's your girl Drea and this Theowlsintuition. If you're new here, hit that subscribe and the bell so you get notified every time I post some new content. And if it resonates, comment, shoot me a thumbs up, and let me know how or why. Okay? If you want to book a reading, my email is in the description box, but I will never message you for a reading, so just be aware of scammers. Some of y'all, you have people who are going to be coming towards you, whether you're single or not. You're going to have people, okay, whatever that means. It's pretty much like some people, whatever it takes kind of vibes. Like, people that think that you could be the type of person that they could get to cheat if you are in a relationship, or there's just players coming in to have a good time, aka some sexual energy is coming towards you. And there's also people who are actually have a crush on you or have like feelings for you, but there's a lot of people who are going to be coming towards you on like a romantic or like F-boy, F-girl kind of vibe, okay? So yeah, we're going to get your current energy to see if this is your pile. If this doesn't resonate, you can watch another pile, watch another reading, watch another reader. You got to keep in mind that thousands of people are watching, so not every message is going to resonate for you. Just take what resonates and leave the rest. Don't let these messages take from you, baby. If this doesn't resonate, you can do whatever you want, okay? You can watch another pile, watch another reading, watch another reader. Do what makes you happy, okay? So first, we're going to get your current energy, like I said. But, did I mention my readings are 40% off until the end of August 2024? Do with that what you will. Okay. What is pile? Sorry, I'm very scattered. You could be feeling like super scattered, super tested, super like, why I hear dehydrated. There's something about, yeah, look, I didn't even start shuffling yet, but we have vampire. There's something about you may need to do another cleanse, and I feel like I'm always telling you guys this, and you know, it's messages for me too, but it's just kind of annoying, and you're like, bro, why do people keep trying to mess with my energy? Why do people keep doing this? And you know why. Okay, you know why. You have this beautiful, beautiful light of an energy. Pile 1's current energy, please. And yeah. It's because you're very private too. Okay, we have detective, pioneer. You're innovative, you're original, you're not like anyone in this freaking world, let's say, okay? And yeah, there's a lot of people, everyone is different, okay? Everyone is different, but a lot of people try to fit in and you don't care to fit in, okay? And it's just, people are very much too worried about you, pile 1, and I know that you probably get this all the time, or you're just like not concerned with people's lives the way that they're concerned with your life. Your independence gets people rattled. Your ability to move away from people and not look back gets people rattled, and it really takes a toll on people's self-esteem, but it's literally, you love yourself, you're focused on yourself, you put in too much to others, you've dealt with energy vampires, narcissists, all these negative people your whole life, and you're finally at the point where you are you're not worried about anybody. You see the truth in people, you're moving accordingly, and you're dedicated to your path, your purpose, your spiritual beliefs, you connecting with your soul, and you just doing your best. You're trying to improve your mind, body, soul, your health, your finances. There's just this big emphasis on you're doing you, and it got people just like looking up to you, yes, but also being nosy. And you know, maybe some people are falsifying information, because we do have falsified information and excess pity. It's like negative judgment of the physical world. Yeah, people are trying to judge you harshly, falsify information, or there's people who are judging you harshly. And take it as it resonates, because there's two stories. It's like, you don't ask for pity, you don't expect pity, but you have a tough story. And I feel like when you tell your truth to people, people think you're falsifying shit, or like that shit didn't happen to you, you really wanted pity. Like, who really, like, you know? And the thing is like, these are the moves that they would make, which is why they see you in that light, because you're not that. You're like, what do you mean? Why would I bitch, I barely talk about myself. Like, you know what I'm saying? And if I do talk about myself and I get vulnerable, you know, it's a part of me, but it doesn't take away from me. I'm not looking for pity, but that's what these people do. There's certain people who play victim in your life, that when they see you actually talk about the tough times, it's like it takes away from their victimhood, and they think that you're doing her agenda. They think that you're doing it with the same agenda that they do, their victimhood, whatever the fuck, you know what I'm saying, to try to get attention or try to sway people towards their ways or whatever. Chronic complainer energy. At the end of the day, some truth is going to be coming out in regards to, you know, how powerful you are, how you peeped game the whole time, you observed, you didn't absorb these energies, you moved on, you trusted your intuition. You are selfless, and people are trying to paint you as a selfish person because you moved away from shiesty people. And I think that they really don't see that they've been exposed. They think that you moved away for other reasons than the truth. Okay, I heard delusional, so there's some kind of delusion that is going to be revealed to not only the people who are doing this weird ass shit, talking shit, gossiping or whatever, but like the people that they've been talking to. Everything is coming out on a silver platter. Okay, 555. So you're going to see changes in regards to people coming back, either apologizing or revealing some kind of truth. There's people who feel, I heard guilt, so people feel guilty for like believing in this situation. It's given like someone took a step back from you because of what they heard, and now they're going to actually like come towards you and be like, yeah, my bad, like I took a step back because of this, this, and this, because this person was saying this. I don't know. So expect messages. Either way, expect messages, because we were talking about people want to get into your life, whether it's because they love you or they want to F you. There's people coming in. Okay, let's get into your reading. Jesus. We're gonna get clarification. Hopefully it doesn't make me talk too much, because you know I've been talking a lot, and I'm trying to make this quicker. Okay, I'm trying to make this smoother, straight to the point. So let's get into it. But what challenges are leaving your life right now? We have pride. I love myself and I see myself in everyone. We have criminal, okay, and then we have divine source. So overall, there's this emphasis on you no longer being trapped in a mental prison. You may have been suffering from some type of mental illness or something that just has been weighing on you, consuming you. You've been in a mental prison, okay? It's giving Eight of Swords energy. And the thing is like you're stepping into releasing this pride in regards to blaming others or blaming your circumstances or blaming your environment. Yes, your environment impacts you, but we have to realize that our energy attracts the people, the situations, the circumstances, and all this other stuff. So it's about you aligning, and that's the challenge, is that you are kind of allowing your environment to get you reactive instead of responsive, okay? You were not really operating out of the source within your heart. You were operating out of your ego, pride, your mind, okay? And it's not to say that you know, everyone has an ego, blah, 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 but you have been through many ego deaths. I'm not saying that you got a big ego or whatever, but I am saying that, you know, you're taking more control, but in a way that is not egotistical. Okay, we do have discipline over here, so there is this emphasis on you becoming more disciplined with your energy, with what you focus on, because yes, there's things in your environment that could be causing you turmoil, but you don't have to focus on them. I heard it's none of your business, and you have to allow people to receive what they need to receive, or process what they need to process, learn the lessons that they need to learn, without trying to, you know, infiltrate these energies. Okay, you could be surrounded by a lot of negative Nancys, and you could be, you know, you see yourself in everyone, right? The challenge is that you have to understand that not everyone is on the same wavelength as you, and that's what you're releasing. Okay, there's this challenge that, you know, you have to guide people, you have to tell people how to live, you have to uplift all the people around you, and you're releasing that. Your pride was like very much because it's like, you did this, you got yourself out of this prison, da, 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 and then you kind of went back into this prison, but it wasn't your fault, it was the energies around you. And the challenge is that the people around you, the egos around you and stuff like that, they made it challenging for you to stay connected and tapped into your divine source and to speak your truth in a way that is harmonious. Okay, there could have been people pushing your buttons, and you may have been getting reactive, like I said. And that's one challenge, is that you're no longer going to be affected by the egos of others. You're no longer going to be in this mental prison. You're still going to love on yourself and have love and compassion for others, but, you know, you're going to have gratitude and walk away. You're going to become more disciplined in your energy and being aware of how you feel, and you're no longer allowing, it's like you're no longer going to allow yourself to be petty or try to get justice in your own way. That was another challenge, that maybe it's like, or allowing like your mind to start like being like, well, I should have did this, I should have said that. You know, it's like when you want to you start to ruminate and you repeat things like, oh, it's like someone's rude to you and you did something like in a kind manner, or you just walked away, you're like, you know what, I should have did this, I should have fucking cussed them out, or like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, that's one thing, you know, it's like you're really letting go of that. So what's replacing these energies? We have Dancer, we have Love, and then we have Divine, wow, I was about to say Divine Source again. We have Grief. Okay, so what's replacing these energies is that you are going to see the good in all things, in the grief, in the happiness, in the harmony, in the adversity. It's like your patience is going to, because y'all struggled with patience, okay? And that's another challenge that maybe you suffered from, and you're starting to understand why things are happening the way that they're happening. You're becoming more ingrained in the movement of the natural cycles of the universe, of nature. Okay, you're tapping into nature's flow. You're also tapping into passion. You're no longer going to be making movements out of fear. That was another challenge that you would do. It's like, oh, I need money, so I have to do this, this, and this. You know what I'm saying? So you're operating out of fear, which blocks the creative love that would be immersed into the projects or whatever it is that you were doing. Okay, I need to pick up another shift because I need money, da 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 da. Which there's nothing wrong with that, but it was the mentality. Like, you're shifting the mentality. You know what I'm saying? You're like, you know, I need money for this, and I know that I'm taken care of, but I'm going to take an extra step in regards to, you know, making sure that I have that money. So I'm going to pick up an extra shift. It's not because I'm like, oh my God, my bills are due. Like, you're shifting out of that. Like, there's this anxiety that's going to be lessening, okay? That could have been a challenge that you suffered with. Fear, anxiety, getting ungrounded when certain things happen, getting yourself back into that mental prison, losing track of the divine source within you. Okay, and that is one challenge that you're lessening. Okay, the thing is with this grief energy, you are opening your heart up again. A challenge that you suffered from is, again, being disconnected from that divine source, that divine love within you, because of your past pain, and the pain around you, and the fact that you are trying to help others to see the world the way that you see it, and they can't align with that, and the grief that you feel when you have to remove yourself from certain situations and people. It's like that challenge is being lifted. That burden in your heart, that ice that was in your heart is finally melting away because of the fact that you are, you know, no longer blaming yourself or guilting yourself because of the actions of others. You took a lot of burdens and responsibilities for others that weren't yours to carry, because yes, you are very leveled up, yes, you are very ahead of the game, you are very much a high vibrational person who does have the potential and the energy to, and the resources to help a lot of people, but again, this is not your responsibility. You took it as your own, and you also had the grief that of the betrayals that you went through. Okay, there was a lot of imbalance in relationships. You put out a lot of love, honesty, and truth, and you didn't get that in return for a lot of you, and I feel like you're finally healing. That was another challenge, is like you were taking blame, but you were missing the point of that. It was teaching you discernment, and that's one thing that's coming out of this, is like you're very discerning right now. You're no longer taking on other people's energies. You're very aware of energy vampires. You're very, very aware of certain things in regards to, okay, well, I'm doing this again, so there, let's go to the root. Why? What's the issue? You know, you're taking accountability and you're healing the grief instead of trying to submerge it under certain vices, or like, you know, you're going to the root. You're healing the root of issues. And that's one challenge, is that, you know, maybe you used to put a band-aid on something that needed stitches constantly, and now it's like you're just getting the stitches right away, because you're just like, let's just patch this shit up. Let's just, you know, we gotta get the glass out, like, of the cut. You know, I'm sick of it, because if I don't get the glass out and I throw a band-aid on it thinking that it's gonna heal, it's not. Okay, like, I don't know why that, but yeah, Eight of Swords in the reverse. You're no longer stressing about your past. You're in harmony, you're aligning. Okay, another challenge that you may have had was, you know, it took you a long time to take action towards things, because you would go in this, like, weighing your options, going back and forth in your head, making yourself look crazy, battling your ego, because your heart and your soul is telling you one thing, and then your ego is like, well, but what about this, and what about happened, what this in the past, and this, and the you know, every single time. And it's like, you're finally, that is a challenge that's no longer going to happen, because it's like you're gonna get to the point where you just know, and you don't doubt yourself. You're done with that shit. It's over. We're moving on. Okay? So there's a big mental and energetic shift, and a kind of releasing of the past, and being able to juggle energies and take more action in a loving and less fearful manner, which is going to allow you to manifest so much more love and abundance. And you're going to be connected to the divine source so much more tapped in. So let's get into your tarot. Let's close you out. Alright, so at the top of the row we have the challenges, and the bottom we have what's replacing them. We did clarify a little deeper for this last row, and then on the back of the deck is the same situation. So we have the 7 of coins, the 10 of coins, we have the Awakening, which is the Judgment card, we have the Hierophant in the reverse, and then we have the Emperor, and the 6 of Wands, and the 3 of coins in the reverse, and the World at the back of the deck with the King of Pentacles in the reverse. So overall, you are stepping into, the challenge was maybe money issues. Okay, some of y'all could have had money issues, image issues, discipline issues, patience issues, surrendering issues. A lot of y'all want control. That was one of the challenges, is feeling secure even when you have no control over the situation, and that is coming to an end. You are going to know that no matter what is going on, and a lot of you guys already know this, but you still struggle with it mentally. Again, this mental aspect in regards to you get in your head, or your ego starts yapping away, saying 111, oh, that's not gonna, nothing's gonna work out, you know, look at this is proof, or remember when this happened. Like, it's always like that stupid ass, like, you know what I'm saying, like, shut the fuck up. Anyway, but yeah, like, your mind is gonna be quieting. Okay, a lot of y'all, you have this voice that's incessant and constantly just bullshitting you in your head, and like, even like around, because I was saying image issues, insecure issues, like, it's given like you guys go out, you get dressed, and then it's like takes you so long to pick an outfit because you're like, oh, this, and then you're like, oh, this looks good, and then all of a sudden your mind's like, well, you wore that like 2 days ago or last week or whatever, like people are gonna be like, what is this scrub doing? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's this judgment energy that and we do have the judgment here, but that's not what that's about, like this whole section. Like, we'll get to it. But the moral of the story is that a lot of you guys, the challenge was money. Okay, the challenge was stability, the challenge was security, safety, and not only just in your finances, but in every aspect of your life. There was a lot of uncertainty. You're surrendering to the uncertainty. You're awakening to the bullshit. You're no longer going to be stressed. You're finding peace. That's what it is. The challenge was there's a lot of stress going on in your life. You're finding peace. Some of you guys, there was stress in your living situation and you're finding peace. But you're finding it mentally, and then you're going to be able to move physically for a lot of you. Because maybe you couldn't move because you didn't have the funds, you had to pay this rent, so it's like, oh, or you're still had your contract, or some kind of serendipitous intervention is coming in. But a lot of you guys, you're also, the challenge was breaking the generational curse of lack, okay, of negativity, of poverty from, you know, childhood and stuff, and now it's like you are breaking that. That's the challenge that has been lifted. The money blocks have been lifted for a lot of you, okay? The success, getting the recognition you deserve as well, allowing yourself to be seen. A lot of you guys, people didn't want you to be seen. I'm hearing children are meant to be seen, not heard, or some shit like that, you know what I'm saying? That kind of mentality that was pushed upon us when we were younger, like respect your elders, but like how can you respect your elders if they don't even respect you? You know what I'm saying? It's like this authoritative energy was very much kind of controlling you. You've had a lot of controlling energies in your life, which did in turn make you a controller. And you are releasing that, okay? That was also a generational curse as well. Maybe you were very controlling too, or like, you know, you would act out on certain situations or things because of the fact that you didn't have control, or it was uncertain. I'm not even gonna do it because I don't know how it's gonna turn out type shit, you know? So, and that blocked a lot of success for you. That blocked a lot of new opportunities for you. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to apply to that job because I'm not sure how it's going to turn out, or if I have the qualifications, or if they would even give me a chance or an interview. Like, why not? The worst that could happen is it just doesn't happen. Nothing happens, you move on. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you're starting to realize that, and that's another thing that is happening and shifting. But yeah, definitely from the Seven of Pentacles in the reverse to the Ten of Pentacles, money is coming in for you, stability is coming in for you, peace, happy home, and there's just a release in tension, a release in this kind of overworking energy. You're going to be working smarter, not harder. Money blocks, money is going to be easy for you. Success is going to be easy for you. A challenge may have been money issues in regards to not having enough to move or to travel. Maybe you like to travel, you like to go on vacations, holidays, or whatever, and you couldn't for a while because of money blocks, because of all these other issues. And that's another challenge that's being lifted, is like you're finally going to be able to go where you please. Something about car issues as well is coming through, or things breaking in your home. So some of you guys, you're moving from that home that is breaking down, or you're finally going to have the funds to fix things, and things are going to be less chaotic and less breaking down. Another challenge was, you know, you being stressed about how people see you, how people digest you. Okay, you want it to be more digestible for people. You're coming out of that with this awakening and this hermit energy. Okay, you're just gonna no longer stress. If people don't like you, it's not a problem. You don't care anymore. And you know, a lot of you guys, you didn't care, but also subconsciously you did, and it did block you from, again, taking actions that would help you to align with more success, or, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to post that video because I feel like someone's going to see it and judge me, or do this. I feel like, you know, someone's going to have something to say, and someone, you're realizing this now, someone is always going to have something to say. So, you know, the right people will fuck with it, okay? It was big on communication as well. It's like you used to keep your mouth shut, and then, you know, keep a lot of things inside, and that was a challenge, is like, you know, repressed energies and not speaking your truth because you didn't know how people were going to take you, or take that information that you would put out to others. And now it's like you're speaking your truth, and you're not going to stress about it. You're going to post that video, create that content, create that business, and not care about anybody. You're putting yourself out there. You're stepping into your true power. Now with this Emperor and the Six of Wands and the Three of Coins in the reverse, okay, a lot of y'all are hyper independent, and that was a challenge, is because you needed to delegate certain things, or you needed outside resources, or you needed people on your team. Something about time management as well. Maybe you were doing things that you could have paid someone else to do, or you're gonna have the funds to do that. Okay, it's given like you weren't able to delegate again because of the funds. You weren't able to do certain things because of the funds. Those funds are coming in, which means that you are going to be the boss and be able to tell people how to do things or delegate. Okay, you don't have to do it alone, and that's one challenge, is like you had to do it alone for so long throughout your whole entire life, probably since you were a child, and now it's like you're finally going to be open to, you know, asking for help, or, you know, delegating or paying for services that you know that, like, you know, oh, I'd rather do it myself, I save the money, but like you're losing time, and time is money. You know what I'm saying? You could be investing in doing something else in that time that you would be doing that, and then you'd make that money quadruplified. You know what I'm saying? And you're finally gonna switch out of that. Like, I don't need to do everything myself. There's a whole big world out there that can help me. All right, that's where we're gonna call it pile number 1. I love you guys. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have an amazing day, night, or whatever, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye. What up, pile number 2? It's your girl Drea, and it's Theowlsintuition. If you're new here, hit that subscribe and the bell so you get notified when I post some new stuff, and if it resonates, shoot me a little thumbs up and comment to let me know how or why. Thank you for being here. Okay, guys, thank you for all the likes, shares, subscribes, and donations. I appreciate everything that y'all do. If you want to book a reading, my email is in the description box, but I'll never message you for a reading. They are 40% off until the end of August 2024. We're going to get your current energy to see if this is your pile. Okay, keep in mind that thousands of people are watching, so not every message is going to resonate for you. Just take what resonates and leave the rest. Don't let these messages take from you. If this doesn't resonate, you can watch another pile, watch another reading, watch another reader. Do what makes you happy. Okay, don't let these messages take from you. Just take what resonates, baby. All right, what is pile number 2's current energy? Pile 1 was fire, pretty intense. Oh, we got 2 coming out for you. You're very spiritual, very creative, very tapped into your divine feminine. Some of y'all could have really nice hair. If you have hair, you know, it's giving curls. Even he has little curls. You know what I'm saying? We have priest, poet, and hero, heroine. Wow. Holy crapoly. Your energy is like a drug to people. It's pretty intense, pile 2. It's pretty intense, okay? You try to empower others. You have this passion for making yourself better and inspiring others to do the same. You express yourself via your soul, okay? You don't really operate out of your ego. Everyone has their ego, but you've silenced it very well, okay? Or, you know, you're aware of it. You're like, oh, okay, let me get my ego in check, you know, because it's always gonna be there. It's always gonna be that voice that's talking, but you operate more out of love and faith less than fear, okay? You do trust your intuition, and you are very tapped in. You are a channel. And whatever it is that you create, whatever mountain or goal that you are heading towards, 1, it is divinely guided. 2, it is a part of your spiritual journey. It doesn't matter what it is. You could have like a pottery business. You know, it doesn't have to be a spiritual business. You could be a musician, okay? We have the artistic vibe. But you could be like an accountant. Like, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter. You know, you're part of this journey wherever you're at, even if it's a 9-to-5 and you know that you're leaving it. Regardless, the people that you're around, you are a hero because you are turning your passion into, you know, your purpose. You're aligning with that, but also you make everything that you do a part of your purpose because you always do your best, and you really help others to see that no good deed goes unnoticed, okay? You always out here, even if you get annoyed, even if things get tough and stuff, you're always going to be doing your best. You're very much poetic in like the way that you operate in life. People really love the way that you move, the way that you express yourself, the way that you act, okay? And I feel like a lot of people, you have a very seductive energy as well. A lot of people, you know, want to match your energy, but not many can. And a lot of people, I heard a lot of frauds, okay? A lot of people try to act like they're this hero and try to act like, oh yeah, we're on the same level, da, 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 but their energy, it's like they try to act like you know? You'll start to see that they copy you or whatever, and it's like they're not really embodying the source energy that you are. And you're gonna start to see that certain people, like, you know, they're inspired by you, you know, they have their own light, but there is this emphasis on like them copying you instead of embracing and focusing on their own light. And it is what it is. You are a spiritual role. You embody this very jarring spiritual role in a lot of people's lives. Whether you stay in their life or not, you will always be that impact or 444. And you know, it may seem negative or destructive to people at certain times. Like you climb this mountain with somebody and then you start to realize like the difference, or you start to realize like, oh, okay, well, we can go our separate ways. We did what we needed to do. And people kind of look at that in a very negative light. And I get it, you know, abandonment issues will get triggered and stuff like that, but we have to think and understand that not everybody is going to be in our life at all times. You know, sometimes you dip in vibration and then someone gets unaligned with you and they outgrow you, or they dip in vibration and you outgrow them. Take it as it resonates. Not everyone is always going to be aligned with you. Some people will, okay? Some people, those who are meant to climb this mountain with you, those who continue to do the work, those who continue to heal, they're aligned with you. And sometimes people go out and blip out and come back in. It's all about vibration. And you know, we have to accept the ebbs and flows and not take things personally, and understand that, you know, yes, sometimes we're not meant to take people back, but sometimes we were just unaligned. And it's not always the other people. Sometimes it's us too, you know? And that's what is really happening right now, is you're going to start to see certain situations and things like, oh, okay, well, we were unaligned for a little bit and now we're coming back together, and it's like nothing has ever changed. The only thing that changed is your vibrations, and that's why you had to drift apart to come back together, you know, at a later time. Anyway, you have a big purpose, moral of the story, and your purpose is to do whatever you love and continue to better yourself and climb higher heights and inspire others to do the same, and tap into your spiritual gifts as well, because a lot of you guys are very intuitive, very psychic. And this doesn't mean that you have to be out here and be a psychic, but there is something that you can put that spiritual gift into use for whatever it is that you desire to do, whatever makes you powerful, whatever you have a passion for, if that makes sense. I hope it does. Okay, so if that resonates at all, let's get into your reading. Y'all have been going through the works. Jesus, let's clarify. What's this adversity? But I accept the challenges. That challenges are the best way to learn. Like, you guys have been getting hit with multiple challenges, like 9 different challenges. Like, you have, it's been real. Let's just say that, okay? So, yeah. Okay, what's this adversity? Tell me more about this adversity. Thank you. Reversals? Yes. Okay. Knight of Pentacles. Jeez. 9 of Cups. Oh, baby. You're stubborn. You are very stubborn. And, the challenges, and this is not your fault. This is to help you, again, learn. But, because yeah, you get it. The adversities that have been coming to you is because you've been very much focused on what you want to create for the future, and less about feeling grateful for what you have, because we have gratitude and creator. So you've been getting hit with blocks and because it's like you're getting a lot of adversity. You were getting a lot of adversity in multiple areas of your life, and they were causing delays and stuff, and slowing you down from the work that you needed to create, the work that you wanted to put out, from getting the desires that you wanted to get, okay? Health, exhaustion, discipline, feeling unmotivated, arguments, okay? People not giving to you the way that you give to them. It's in multiple ways, and that's the adversity. That's the challenges that are releasing, is that you are finally going to be, you know, more grateful, because a lot of you guys, you're suffering. And some of y'all, it could have even been your car, okay? Car issues, intestinal issues, aka digestion, gut health issues, physical pain issues, being exhausted, having trouble sleeping, not having enough time in the day because you constantly get bombarded with other people's challenges. You have to deal with other people's shit instead of being able to, you know, tap in. Not having a clear state of mind to tap into your creativity because you've been going through survival mode because of all these adversities. So you didn't have time to tap into your passions. You couldn't see the light. You couldn't see the stars because there was so much light shining in front of you that, you know, because it's like the city, right? The city smog, the city lights. You can't see the stars, but when you go out into the sticks, then you can see all the stars, and then you can see the beauty in the world again, and you start to feel grateful, start to feel grounded. Some of y'all, that's a call to action, to actually, like, you need to get out of the city or go into nature and ground, or do some stargazing or something like that. As a lot of you guys, you could have been, the challenge is staying grounded for you. The challenge is staying grounded because you may go into your mind palace. You may go into, you know, your imagination for the future, but you're not taking practical actions right now that would actually help you to build, or you're just really impatient because you're like, I want this now, bro. Like, this should have been already happened. And like, similar to another pile, you could have patience issues. You could always be in a rush, or, you know, you're like, I want shit on my time, you know, and it's like, God is like, I have another plan for you, okay? And then you kind of, and it's not to say that you're not grateful, because you are grateful, but then you kind of like get lost in the sauce and you stop being grateful for the little things because you're so focused on what you don't have. And that is a challenge that is going to be alleviating itself, okay? No more lack mindset, like, oh, look at this person, they just got a new car and I don't even have a car, and like that kind of vibe. Comparison is another challenge, okay? You're in your own timeline, your time is coming. Your time is coming. And, you know, the challenge that you may have suffered was, you know, kind of becoming a little bit more angry, envious, or resentful to others because, you know, you see them creating and you're like, well, I'm doing the same thing, I'm creating, I'm doing this, like, why am I not getting the same results? And it's like, your time is coming, but it's like, just be grateful for the results that you have right now, you know what I'm saying? And that's what you're doing, okay? A lot of you guys feel stuck in your current situation as well, and that's what's causing adversity. You feel stuck at a job you don't want to be at, or like in an environment, in a relationship. You feel stuck with not being able to connect with certain people, or constantly getting betrayed, and you're just like, well, maybe I shouldn't even have anyone in my life. And, you know, you gotta forgive those people, and it's not for them, it's for you, because that's how you remove the blocks and you allow things to flow in. And that's what's coming in, is you're forgiving and letting go of the past inner child wounds that were repeating themselves in certain connections and relationships, are finally severing ties, are finally closing out, okay? So you're freeing yourself, okay? You will be tapping into more gratitude, all right? But this, you know, I do feel like it was hard for you to be grateful because a lot of shitty shit was happening. So you're like, well, why should I even be grateful? Like, I was grateful and I'm still like getting this bullshit happening to me and this and that. And you're freeing yourself from, you know, becoming too engulfed in your environment, okay? You're becoming Delulu in the right way in regards to, you know, understanding that your vibration is going to attract what is coming forward. So instead of attaching yourself to this current vibration that you no longer feel aligned with, you'll take actions that'll help you to keep your vibration high, and you'll, you know, not allow this. You'll understand, like, this too shall pass, because change is a constant, okay? And I feel like that's what's coming in, is forgiving, letting go of resentment, letting all the blocks that were in your life, all these adversities that were blocks that were put in because maybe you weren't grateful for, you know, your limber body, and then all of a sudden now you got hella back pain, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like that kind of vibe. Like, you were grateful, you weren't grateful enough for your metabolism, and now you have bubble guts, and you know what I'm saying? That's a stupid example, but you see what I'm saying, right? There's a big emphasis on, yes, you are grateful, but like, I do feel like you teeter-totter, because when bad things happen, gratitude flies out the window, okay? There is also this emphasis, because we have creator, there was some kind of creative block. You weren't feeling like you were the creator of your life. You weren't feeling aligned. You weren't feeling creative. You weren't feeling inspired, okay? Because of being in survival mode. Again, now you're having security, okay? You're also becoming more protected with the security guard. I feel like your spiritual protection is upping because of the moves that you're making, because of the forgiveness, because of you raising your vibration. Spiritual attacks are harder to hit, or gossip or negativity. It's harder to hit people who are in a higher vibration. So if you operate out of more gratitude, more love, it's harder for those negative energies to affect you. And that's what's the challenge was, is that your circumstances were lowering your vibration, which was making it easier for you to get sucked down that rabbit hole, and you're getting out of that rabbit hole. You're pulling yourself out of there, and you're becoming more guarded, okay? You're bringing about some type of change. I no longer want this fiery ring of resentment. We have resentment twice. I acknowledge that harboring resentment blocks the flow of love. I didn't even peep that. And then I no longer want this fiery ring of resentment to block the good. Release me from its bonds. Like, can we not, like, I should have read these from the beginning, but like, straight up like that. A lot of y'all had a lot of resentment from things in your past, from things that you felt bonded to. And it's not to say that you were a victim, but you definitely hold grudges, pal, too. And you're releasing those grudges. Those grudges held you in this prison and, you know, blocked your creativity, okay? It's like your past was constantly repeating itself because of the fact that you were so focused on the past. And now you're getting into the present, you know? You thought that making your focus go on the future, because you're sick of your present and you're trying to let go of your past, you thought that that was gonna, you know, help. But like, I think you guys finally released and you're forgiving and you're like letting go of the past, and you're like, you know what, yeah, it is, bygones be bygones, okay? You're forgiving maybe your parents, you're forgiving the people who betrayed you, the people who hurt you, and you're like not allowing that, because again, there's this emphasis on when you hold on to that shit, every time you see that person or you get reminded of that situation, it lowers your vibration, again, making you susceptible to attacks or more bad luck or more this, more that, right? And that's what's happening, is like you're freeing yourself from that and closing out that cycle of perpetual, you know, real high highs but then real low lows. It's like you're finding the middle ground, and then you're gonna stay, it's gonna be like, oh, we go up and then we get back to the middle ground, we go up and then we go back to the middle ground, oh, we go up and then up, you know? But it's no longer like dipping super down, okay? Yeah, you're freeing yourself. You're freeing yourself from the bonds of your past. You're freeing yourself from all resentment. And a lot of good is coming in. That's what's, you're free to do what it is that you want to do, or create what you want to do, because you're not going to be drained from being in survival mode. Okay, you're going to actually enjoy being in the present moment, which will help you to do more things in the present moment, because a lot of times we try to escape, you know, Netflix, our phones, or whatever, instead of taking the action necessary that will help us. 1122. to kind of create a better future. And that's what you're doing. You're constantly going to be creating a better future because of how you're acting in this present moment, instead of just like looking to the future but not taking action in the present moment and just reminiscing on the past. Let's get into your tarot to close you out. All right, pile 2. The top row is the challenges, the bottom row is the what's to come, and we clarify deeper because this is confusing. And also we have the back of the deck to elaborate even deeper. So we have the Hangman, the 8 of Swords, clarified deeper by the 5 of Swords. We have the Strength, the 6 of Swords in the reverse. We have the 8 of Cups, the Knight of Swords, and the 3 of Wands in the reverse. Very interesting energy. And then we also have at the back of the deck the 7 of Swords in the reverse, the Chariot in the reverse, and the 2 of Pentacles in the reverse. All right, you are taking accountability, but the challenges that are leaving is your perspective on the betrayals. Okay, you always blamed yourself, or you yelled at yourself or came at yourself like, I'm intuitive, I should have known better, why did I do this? And that's another challenge, is like you lower your vibration by beating yourself up for the actions of others. You take accountability for the actions of others and you're no longer doing that. Another thing is you are finally learning the difference between being busy and being productive. A lot of people will do mad shit and be super busy, super busy, super busy, and get nothing done. And then you have people who are not really busy, who get a lot of shit done and are super productive. And the thing is like they don't have busy work. They have like other things that they do. They kind of prioritize their routines and stuff. So you could be taking a note in regards to certain habits and routines that you either need to let go of or you need to start implementing again. Big emphasis on, again, getting your body moving, maybe going to the gym, doing different ways of healing, unconventional things, okay? Understanding that healing isn't linear, and yes, we have to do the work to heal, but it's like you can do it differently than textbook or whatever. Like, you know, everyone has their own way of healing, and whatever works for you is what works for you. You gotta let go of, oh, I need to, you know, do shadow work in this specific way or whatever. And, you know, sorry, my dad is super loud. He talks when he, like, the way he talks is like he's yelling, so he's not really yelling. But we're gonna pause because I don't want to, like, we don't need this in the background. All right, we are back. You have no idea how long that was. And you never will. Anyway, I don't even know where I was at, to be real honest, but yeah. Moral of the story is that you were always the one who had to be the strong one, and you were giving and healing and helping so many other people. And that was another challenge that you suffered with, was, you know, being okay with not being okay, feeling like you have to put everyone else's feelings above yourself. There's a lot of emphasis on you seeing the truth of what was really blocking you, and the energies that you were putting into, they were blocking your success, because it was like you needed to focus on healing. And so what the shift is that you're gonna be getting out of this, oh, I'm strong, I don't need to heal, or I don't need to rest, or, you know, I have to help all these other people before I can help myself kind of vibes. The self-sacrifice is coming to an end. And I do feel like, you know, a lot of you guys, you have trouble with keeping people in your life, whether it's you walk away or they walk away. I feel like that's just one of those life lessons that you have to go through. We do have Pisces energy coming through, Cancer energy, heavy water energy, Leo energy, and air energy as well, and also Scorpio energy, right? And 8th house placements and 12th house placements, and depending on what sign you have in your 11th house, it can be kind of challenging to keep people in your life when you are a constant catalyst for people's growth and etc., etc., and all that other stuff. But that's a challenge that you're putting to rest, is you're finding your people, okay? A lot of the times you either would whatever your attachment style is, you're coming to terms with it, seeing it honestly, and tempering it or balancing it out, or saying like, okay, this isn't the move that I need to make every single time, because there's a trigger that happens or something that happens that makes you either like, it's like, I'll leave you before you can leave me, or you know, sometimes you have trouble walking away because you see a future with people, and then other times it's like you walk away too fast, so it's like you're finally gonna like realize like, okay, like if you're honest with yourself, sometimes you knew you needed to walk away sooner, and there was a lot of times in your past where you stayed in connections that had no hope for the future because of that's what was familiar, or you didn't want to feel like you were impulsive, or, you know, cut people off like maybe people did to you and stuff like that. You were operating out of, well, I didn't like it when someone did this to me, right? If somebody cut me off and just left me in the dust with no explanation or whatever. And, you know, to be on both sides of the spectrum, you really got to understand that like certain times calls for it and certain times don't. It's about using your discernment and just trusting that like sometimes, again, that vibrational alignment situation I was talking about, sometimes you outgrow people, sometimes they outgrow you. It's nothing personal, and we always take it personal and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? But I mean, the betrayals and stuff, that's an obvious, you know, sometimes you were betrayed and you didn't walk away and you forgave people, and there's nothing against that, nothing wrong with that, but there is this emphasis on like, you can forgive, but you gotta like move forward, and just know that you'll never forget, but we don't let it take from you, and we don't let these betrayals block us from making new connections with people. And that's one thing, is like, you're gonna be moving forward and not really worried about like, oh well, the future of like, oh, this person could walk away from me, or this person could stab me in the back, or we might not be friends, so why should I even start this connection, or we might not even work out, like, you know what I'm saying? It's like not giving relationships a chance and walking away before they even start, or, you know what I'm saying, being scared and fearful that, you know, you're gonna manifest the same people. Just be in check of your energy and use your discernment and understand that you have transformed a lot, and the people who are meant to be in your life, they're coming in, and you had to move away from certain people because they were blocking your future. It's not about like these people left you and it makes you a bad person, or you left these people and you're a bad person. It's not about that. It's all about alignment, and it's all about, you know, certain things that were blocking. Okay, there was reasons why people needed to be taken out of your life, and now you're going to start to realize that, and that block is going to be lifted, and you're going to be open to new people, open to new connections, and the way that you view connections is about to shift. Okay? Anything else? Yeah, that's it. Alright, I love you, pal 2. I hope you have an amazing day, night, or whatever, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye. What up, pal 3? It's your girl Drea, and this is Theowlsintuition. If you're new here, hit that subscribe and the bell so you get notified when I post some new stuff, and if it resonates, shoot me a little thumbs up and comment to let me know how or why. My readings are 40% off until the end of August 2024, so email me if you are interested, but I will never message you for a reading, so just be aware of scammers. We're going to get your current energy to see if this is your pile. If this doesn't resonate, you can watch another pile, watch another reading, watch another reader, do whatever aligns with you, whatever makes you happy, because you ain't got to do nothing that you don't want to do, you feel me? Okay, so we are gonna tap in, but you got to keep in mind that, you know, there's a lot of people out here watching this, so just take what resonates and don't let these messages take from you, because yeah, y'all know the deal. Okay, but it's my intention that it feels like personal. Pile number 3's current energy, please. Mentor. Wow. Jesus, now let's have a mentor and do this. Wow, femme fatale too underneath there. Not only are you very intelligent, street smart, and very educated and very wise, you are also very enticing, I guess you can say. Very tapped into your sensuality. A lot of people are drawn to you in a sexual way, pile 3. Or you're attractive in your own light, or you're just extremely alluring, mysterious to others. It's like people get drawn into you very easily. It doesn't matter how you look or your perspective on how you look, okay? But at the end of the day, you are teaching people to stop manipulating, to stop abusing their power, okay? You are teaching people to look at more of a positive light, but understand that some people don't see the light at the end of the tunnel, and they keep looking back at the darkness. And you know, it's the choice that you make going forward that creates your life. And you're teaching people that by acting, by enacting your wisdom, you pass on your wisdom, and you allow people to spread their wings and fly their own way. You don't demonize people for making mistakes. You allow people to be who they are and do what they do, but you also don't allow them to be in your energy if you know that you're not aligned, if you know that they're manipulative, if you know that they're not doing the work. You know what I'm saying? It's no hate, no shade, but it's like, I've been doing the work, and I'm not going to allow anything to diminish my project, my progress. Some of you guys are starting a new project where you will be able to use all the knowledge and the experience and the skills that you have acquired into creating this magnificent project where you're teaching people, you're guiding people. This could be something worldwide, and you're providing some type of service. It's like you're mentoring people, okay? You're going to be teaching a lot of people, and it's like, whatever this is, you were meant to do it, and it's something that you gained through your trials and tribulations, all the wisdom that you gained. Because yes, you are book smart, right? You have a lot of knowledge, and you are an amazing communicator, but there's this emphasis on you know, understanding that everyone has their own beliefs, and what others believe may not be aligned with you. You're a wisdom trial and error vibes, okay? A wisdom from failure, a wisdom from, like, you know, I know I'm saying a wisdom, but like, that's the type of wisdom. I got a wisdom from the betrayals that I went through. I got a wisdom from the trauma I've experienced. I got a wisdom from the happiness I experienced. It's like you have wisdom from all experiences, not just a book, okay? And people like really are starting to see that your life has been a series of amazing blessings and a series of unfortunate events that, you know, you don't really define yourself by these things, but you do have the wisdom that kind of pops out. I'm seeing like a comedian, right? Someone who's very funny, and then you find out their lore, like that they actually, the funniest people actually have been through the most traumatic bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you're like, what? How are you still laughing? How are you still kiki and ha ha he he? And they also have the dark humor too, and now you understand why they have dark humor, because they laugh at their pain, okay? They turn their pain into, they transmuted it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not that serious. Yeah, at the moment it was bad. But now it's like, I can laugh at it, you know? And that's like also what you're teaching people, is to not take life so seriously and not to sweat the small stuff. Because if you end up doing that, you're causing yourself stress, and you're going to manifest more stressful situations. At the end of the day, there is a project, or there's some kind of thing that you're already working on, that you need to keep doing that, because it's helping people to shift out of the negative and more into a, you know, I wouldn't say positive, but I would say more of a, you know, realistic viewpoint in regards to like, so whatever I believe, I can achieve. And this is true for me. Like, my vibrations, my thoughts, and my actions, they create my life. And yes, sometimes I can't control things, but I can control the way I react. And that's what you're teaching people. So if that resonates at all, let's get into your reading. Alright, pile 3. So we have self-esteem. I possess gifts of the soul that benefit me and others. We have gang. And then we also have surrender. Sometimes learning to surrender can feel as if you're dying. The ego learns what's hardest to stop trying to control the whole universe. Literally, I was just talking about that. Okay. So, what challenges are leaving your life right now? You are boosting in self-esteem, okay? A lot of y'all had insecurities, or you were your worst critic, and you were committing violent atrocities to yourself, okay? Like, you treated yourself a lot worse than you should have because of certain things that you experienced where people, you know, because I'm seeing like a picture of where you have like the grandpa, then the dad, and then the son, and then like before that it's like someone yelling, oh, you're stupid, you're dumb, you're this, and then there's another person who's at the end breaking the generational curse 111, saying, oh, I love you, it's okay, like, and you know, the criticism was passed on to you, but you don't do it to others. You give others more grace than you give yourself, and but that always stuck with you because what's rooted in you as a child, it's harder to break, okay? And also if it's generational, because every single, your grandparents, your parents, their grandparents, their parents, and all of them were doing the same shit, no one breaking it, just continuing it. That's the way it is, that's the way it was, that's the way it always will be. No. And that's the challenge that you are letting go of, is like you're about to go through a very big boost of self-esteem. You're also going to, again, similar to another pile, learn how to fucking surrender. Learn that, yeah, there's a lot of things that we cannot control. There's a lot of, you know, darkness in the world. There's a lot of things, you know, and I feel like you put a lot of weight on your shoulders in regards to trying to make the world a better place. And you are already doing so. And, you know, it's like you kind of like lower your vibration, or like allow the atrocities in the world to consume you when you can't really control that. It's like, I need to do more, I need to do more, and what you're doing is actually a lot, because energetically you are going to make an impact on the world for a positive. We got to stop focusing on the negative, do what we can about it, but surrender that, you know, without the dark we can't see the light, etc., etc. And sometimes it's not as negative as it may be, okay? Because sometimes there's certain things that happen, you know what I'm saying, certain experience that we experience, you know. I'm not lessening the stuff, like, you know what I'm saying, it's like childhood trauma and shit like that. It all happened for a reason, you know what I'm saying, and yes, it is negative, but the results that come from it don't have to be negative, if that makes sense. Like, war repeats itself, genocide repeats itself, and it's up to us to break this cycle, because that is also a generational curse of the world that needs to be lessened. And you know, that's not what we can do in our lifetime. We will not be able to fully see the results, but for our generations to come and for the future, the things that we can control and the things that we can do as in regards to our energy and like what we put out into the world that brings more of a positive light, okay, that is what we can do. And there's big emphasis on like the weight of the world on your shoulders, okay? And also a challenge is that where you came from, some of you guys, you may have come from, you know, a lot of toxicity. Some of y'all, you was even like doing illegal shit, maybe into criminal shit, maybe you were violent back in the day or whatever, you know what I'm saying? It's like some of you guys were tapped into the underworld, okay? And there's this emphasis on you changed, and where you came from, where you were born, the family that you come from, the school that you went to, none of that matters. Because what matters is what you're doing now, and that's a challenge. Like, say you came from the hood and, you know, you had low self-esteem around certain people because it's like people tried to make you feel like, oh, you shouldn't be here. Well, I live this part. Like, say you're from the hood and then you all of a sudden you go to an Ivy League school, right? But you talk with slang, but your intelligence is unmatched. And it's like people tried to like make you feel, you know, like, oh, look at this hood person trying to, and it really took a toll on your self-esteem, but you're realizing and embracing your roots while not letting them take from you. Okay? Like, oh, English isn't my first language and I have an accent, but then it's like, you know, people tried to make you feel insecure for having an accent, but like, you speak more than one language. And these people who only speak one language are making fun of you. It like make it make sense. And it's like that was the type of self-esteem issues that you were battling, and the challenges in regards to, you know, your identity, and you're surrendering that and allowing your past self to kind of die. And, you know, acknowledging that, yeah, that's where you came from, but that's not where you're going. You know what I'm saying? Then we have trust. I accept that my inner voice will always guide me correctly. Wow. So what's coming in and what's replacing the self-esteem issues is trust. And you trusting your intuition, you voicing your truth, you know, surrendering. Okay. We also have community. Again, like, yeah, we have gang. Maybe you were in a gang before, or you were in, like, you know, toxic friend group, or, you know, maybe your community was rougher and stuff like that. And now it's like, you know, the thing about the hood, though, that people really don't see is that, like, the hood, everybody knows everybody. They're very tight-knit, okay? Like, they support each other, and yeah, there's violence too, and etc, etc, but like, they're underneath all of that, there is still, you know, they have block parties, or the kids can, like, you know, take care of each other, and it's like, it's the connection, you know. And yeah, it's tough because they're in a low vibrational area, and you know, but there is that sense of community, that sense of belonging that they give to each other. You know what I'm saying? I hope that makes sense. And it's like, that's what you are, you know, stepping into is, yeah, I might be in a different community, I might be stepping into a different society, but I trust my intuition, because yeah, there might be, you know, there's different kind of sharks in this water, but there's still sharks. And that's the challenge, is that, like, your discernment in regards to the new community, or the new team, or the new neighbors that you're stepping into, is going to be on 100, and you're no longer going to feel out of place. You're going to be like, I am meant to be here. I don't care if I came from this or experienced this. I am meant to be here. And then you're going to find other people who connect with you, and it's like you're finding your squad. That's what's coming in. Okay, but also some of you guys, you may be leaving a lower vibrational place. Okay, maybe it's like your neighborhood, maybe it's a corporation, maybe it's a business, whatever it is, a job. You could be leaving something that's very low vibrational, again, like a community, a friend group, and you know, they were your gang, you know, you was tight, but like, it's like y'all really wasn't, because it was like you're not really uplifting each other, or helping each other to change, you know what I'm saying? And that's, or like, it was just a really toxic environment, and that was the challenge, is like you were surrounded in a very toxic environment, and some of you guys are leaving that. We also have inner child. What was under this? Sagenda. Yeah, like, wasn't I saying inner child? No, maybe that wasn't for you guys. I don't remember. Allow me to give compassion and love to that little one. Let me attend to its deepest needs and feelings. Yeah, you're reparenting yourself. You didn't have that compassion. You didn't have that support. Some of y'all, you know, you could have mommy daddy issues and shit, and that was a challenge that you had repeated in your connections, in your community, in the way that you went throughout the world. And you're finally giving yourself that love, you know, and that's what's coming in, is you tapping into your inner child and healing your inner child, and trusting that voice that comes from your inner child in regards to talents that maybe you suppressed, and that you're finally about to be able to bring back out into the world. There's something in regards to a talent, or a gift, or a goal, or a desire that you had as a child that was snuffed out by somebody, and it hurt you, it hurt your self-esteem. Like, let's say that you were singing one day and you got yelled at, and you know, as a child, you didn't know, like they just wanted you, they were probably having a bad day or annoyed and stuff. You took it as a blow to your self-esteem, and you took it as, damn, I shouldn't be singing. Singing is bad. Singing makes this person mad. Or, you know, it made you feel like you're not a good singer or something. And now it's like you're healing that part of you, and you're connecting to that talent or whatever this is, and realizing like, no, actually I can sing really good. You know what I'm saying? I like to sing. It's something that I can put out to the community, and I trust in my ability to sing better and create something for the world. Like, that's just an example. You don't know with my hypotheticals, but you see what I'm saying? You're healing that. You're healing something, and then your confidence is boosting in a talent that you may have had since childhood. We do have kids right here too, so that's probably why I was thinking inner child, but it's something that you were good at since you were a child that you're going to be tapping into now and putting out for the world to see. So let's get into your tarot to close you out. Alright, pile 3. So we have the Sun in the reverse, the 5 of Pentacles, the 4 of Swords. We have the 5 of Cups, the High Priestess in the reverse, the 9 of Cups, and then we have the Knight of Swords, the 7 of Cups, and the Emperor. The back of the deck, we have the King of Wands and the 4 of Cups in the reverse. So the challenges in regards to your emotional stability and happiness are coming in. What you don't see is a lot of your desires and blessings are coming in, and that's what's been challenging, is like all this work, all this stuff that I've been putting in to try to reach these goals or better myself or get this or get that. It's not coming. Where is it? You know what I'm saying? And especially if you've had unhappiness in regards to, because I thought this was the 4 of Wands, but it's the 4 of Swords. But there is this emphasis on you healing from the insecurities, the unhappiness, the grief, the sadness, the need to know, the lack mentality, the coveting what others are receiving when you are in your winter. Okay, because if you look, all the Swords cards in this deck, they're all winter, right? And this bird is still happy, even though its eyes are closed. It's just a little, you know, this owl, he's like a little smile and stuff, even though still in the winter, but you can see this beautiful sunset in the background, right? Seeing the beauty in the winter. Not everybody likes winter. I used to hate winter, okay? Hated it with a passion. A passion. I was like, snow, fuck snow. You know what I'm saying? And all this other stuff. And now, and rain too. And mind you, this was stuff I can't control, and I let it mess with my emotions. So it's also giving like things, again, this emphasis on you surrendering. Like, you're not allowing the things that you can't control to mess with your emotions. Yeah, look, there's snow over here too. That's interesting. But at the end of the day, there is this emphasis on you finally having the energy, the discipline, the motivation, the confidence to take action towards your desires. So what's leaving is, you know, you going through regret or sadness or dwelling on the past or allowing, you know, certain things to cause up insecurities, jealousy, envy, anger, you know. I don't know why this person got this before me. Like, I've been working towards this for a while. Everyone, God, where's my blessings, you know? And it's like, we've talked about this before, and it's like you're no longer going to be losing hope. Again, you're in your own time frame, and you're accepting that, like we said. But there is also some kind of healing that's going to come in regards to like you seeing that the sadness or the missed opportunity or what you thought, like, you know, what you're grieving in regards to something that may have been lost was actually a benefit to you. And it's going to bring in your desires. Like, again, I was talking about this, like my car shit the bed. I went through like a crisis. It was a lot of trauma, drama, a lot of heavy energies. I tried to run away from it. And then I came back and I ended up, like, you know, facing my demons. And also I got a new car out of the situation. Don't get me wrong, it still took me years too, because I was very stuck on my past, and I was very you know, grudge holder or unforgiving, and that blocked me for a long time. And don't get me wrong, I was always constantly trying to forgive, but it was like not my time yet, or, you know, I surrendered to it. You know, I was trying to do this for forgiveness and this for healing, and, you know, when you get to a certain point, and then you're like, wow. And it's not about like, oh, I should have been did this, you know what I'm saying? And that's the kind of energy too. It's like, I should have been in this. You're no longer, the challenge of you is like, you're accepting the timing of everything, because you're understanding, you know, oh yeah, it wasn't my time yet, or I had to learn this, or else I wouldn't have been ready. It's like you had to go through these challenges, these blocks, these delays, before your desires could come in, and through this sadness, this, you know, this energy in regards to envy and stuff, to prepare you in regards to realizing why certain people act the way that they act when you step into your emperor energy, which you are stepping into right now. And also is like you no longer like taking it personal, because you've been in that situation, you're understanding now, you're looking at it from that perspective. But also there's this emphasis on the challenge in regards to, you know, money blocks. Again, similar to another pile, you're going to be having more funds, you're going to be having deeper rest, deeper sleep, less anger issues. If you've been struggling with sadness or anger issues, impatience, being impulsive and reckless, or just trying to like live in your mind and not really taking action towards the things, or, you know, being kind of cutthroat and then having to apologize for what you said because you weren't like, you were reacting instead of responding, that's a challenge that is going to be lessening in your life. Okay, you're also going to see that you have multiple avenues that can bring you towards what it is that you desire. There's no one way. Okay. Yeah, maybe it was like you struggled with, you know, working towards something and staying consistent, because it was like you wanted to give up, or you're like, no, I need to change it because I'm not getting results. And it's like you're finally going to stay disciplined and stick it out, because sometimes you have to stick it out for almost like years. Okay, I speak from experience in regards to years, and, you know, changing up as your intuition guides you. But like sometimes you guys were operating more out of like what can be seen instead of the unseen. Maybe even ego vibes, you know, or like making changes because of with expectations instead of like surrendering, you know. I don't know, there's just like this big deceptive energy, this confusion in regards to like, am I on the right path? If I was on the right path, then I wouldn't be feeling this, I wouldn't be sad, I wouldn't be, you know, going through financial hardships randomly and all this other shit. If I was on the right path, I wouldn't be manifesting shady people and situations. And it's like you're putting, again, this similar energy, putting this burden on you when it's really, it has nothing to do with you. It's a part of the divine plan to help you to manifest what it is that you desire. And that's what you're going to start to realize that. So you're not going to be like taking on that anymore, if that makes sense. Because I don't even remember what I just said, which is crazy to me. But yeah, you have something coming in. That's gonna actually, like, you're healing. Okay, it's not just like, you know, because again, money can solve problems, yes, but deep down there's people who are millionaires and billionaires who still committed suicide. So it's like we can't really base like happiness on money, just money. Okay, but there is this emphasis on like your happiness is coming back. You're gonna find peace in the now. You're gonna be seeing clearly why you know, were delayed, or why this had to happen again. And you're going to be coming out of this poverty mindset, this feeling left out, this feeling lonely, feeling sad energy. You're going to be celebrating life more. You're not going to be overindulging in things, okay, like smoking and drinking and etc., partying, whatever, eating when certain things go wrong. You would go back to triggers, and that's another challenge that you're finally putting to rest. You're focusing on, okay, what can I salvage? What can I save? Or what can I prioritize? What path is still open to me? Which opportunity, which option is still open to me? You're not crying over doors that have been shut in your face. You're, again, similar to what I was talking to in another reading. You're looking for doors that are open. You're pivoting. Okay? So that's where we're going to call it, because I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. I love you guys. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have an amazing day, night, or whatever. And I'll see you on the next one. Bye. So, wow, pile 4, very interesting energies. Welcome. I started recording, or thought I was recording, and I was not. Thankfully, I stopped before we made it too far. So, hi, if you're new here, hit that subscribe and the bell so you get notified when I post some new stuff. And if it resonates, shoot me a little thumbs up and comment to let me know how or why, okay? If you want to book a reading, my email is in the description box, but I'll never message you for a reading. They are 40% off until the end of August 2024, so take advantage of that if you feel called to. We're going to get your current energy to see if this is your pile. Please keep in mind that thousands of people are watching, so not every message is going to resonate for you. Just take what resonates and leave the rest. And do not let these messages take from you. If it doesn't resonate, you know, you can just watch another pile, watch another reading, watch another reader, do whatever makes you happy. Okay, what is pile number 4's current energy? Prince. Why do I hear the Prince and the Frog? Maybe you like that movie. Maybe you're being called to watch that movie because there's a message in there for you. There's always messages in these movies, I'm telling you. And then we have Advocate. Yeah, something that you committed yourself to something. Like how the princess committed herself to making that dream a reality in regards to her own restaurant. You know what I'm saying? This has been something that you've been growing, and it's going to grow into something magnificent, okay? This is something that you've had up your sleeve for quite some time. You've been taking action, and you've been following this inspiration to make this a reality, okay? You've had to deal with a lot of negativity and a lot of aggravation and a lot of blockages as you've chased this, you know? And yes, you've learned a lot, but it has made you strong, and it has, you know, honestly helped you. You are a very powerful person. You're very charming. You're very kind, okay? You are very much a stoic energy that has a lot of charm and a lot of love that is hidden behind a wall. You don't let everyone behind your wall because you've been dealt some tough situations, and maybe a lot of shit happened behind your back, okay? People you thought, you know, had a good energy, or people you thought were nice and kind or were going to be supportive of you, they ended up doing things in behind your back, or it was like people saw you as a stepping stone, and that's why they kind of wanted you in their life. But it's like you realized that certain people had agendas and you had to move away from them. And, you know, it's a part of life. It is what it is. But, like, there was people who were trying to connect to you because, again, they advocated for this tree that you were growing, and they knew that it was going to be a huge tree, even if it wasn't a huge tree yet. But they saw the potential, and they saw their opportunity, their meal ticket, I'm hearing. And, you know, that does hurt, but also it's just proof enough that you have other people who see the future of this more than you do. High key, for them to create a whole agenda to try and infiltrate into your life. You know what I'm saying? That's very specific. And pile 4 is always very specific. Like I was saying before when I thought I was recording, I was like, there were similar energies in some of the other piles, but pile 4 has a theme right now of being completely different in a drastic manner, and I do feel like that's what's happening just in your life in general, is that you are completely different from what people expect or what people feel you should be. And also people, again, judge you based off of your stoic nature, based off of your silence. They get intimidated, or they assume that you're mean, they assume that you're this, that you're that, when in reality that you're really a kind, caring, but responsible and motivated and tunnel vision individual right now, which is why you may be socializing less, or just kind of like quick highs and buys and stuff like that. It's just like you're so close, again, like because they're showing me, I'm pretty sure her name is Princess Tiana, when they was like, come out to eat, because all she did was work and stuff. They was like, come out to eat, and it's like she didn't. But then she finally learned her work balance, but she had to make that sacrifice to get what she desired. You know what I'm saying? So it's like a double-edged sword. Like, you have to make these sacrifices because you're thinking long term, but it's also like, you only live once, you could die tomorrow. So it's like, what do I do? And you're learning that balance. You know what I'm saying? You're learning to, yes, I have to stay disciplined and I have to take action towards my goals and dreams, but I also have to integrate certain things into my life to help me to romanticize my life, like, while I'm currently living it. Yeah, I'm taking action towards the future, but that's not a reality yet. I don't have that restaurant yet, so, you know, let me enjoy my day in another way. You know what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? I hope so. So if that resonates at all, let's get into your reading. Alright, so we have patience. I accept that everything happens in divine order. We have betrayal, and then we have individuality. Very freaking interesting. A lot of the time, okay, you've been through, like I said, I'm pretty sure I said that, like a lot of betrayals, a lot of deception, disloyalty, conspiracy. You know what I'm saying? You had to break bonds with people who were either moving shiesty behind your back, conspiring to use you, using you as a stepping stone, conspiring behind your back, being disloyal and talking shit but then smiling in your face. You had to deal with those types of betrayals. And that's a challenge that is finally putting itself to rest, is like that you are finally gonna be finding individuals that are all like you, okay, but all different colors, but nobody is looking to, you know, be like anybody else. Because if you see all these birds, they're all the same type of bird, and some may be similar, okay, because we got that green matching that green, but they are all different in their own way. And it's given like you're finally finding people that are your soul tribe, and you're accepting that, like, the deceit, the anger, the tough times are finally coming into, like, you're understanding why these shitty shits have been infiltrated in your life, and the bigger purpose, okay, behind everything that happened, okay. But what is this patience? Let's clarify for you guys. Anxiety. Yeah, okay, so you're no longer going to be stressing about not having money, okay? Yeah, you're dropping. We have literally the 9 of Swords and the 10 of Wands in the reverse, okay? So burdens and trauma are lessening, okay? You're having patience when, and the thing is like, maybe again, like grinding to your detriment. Like maybe you didn't make time for rest, or like you would sleep for only a couple hours. It's like you were lacking in regards to your health because you were so focused on building this wealth that you felt trapped, that you felt like this is the only way out, and you're releasing that, okay? You're accepting that you will always have what you need when you need it, and everything is divine order. Everything is always working out for me, even if I can't see it. You're understanding the truth that you were kind of creating more blockages because you were trying to force, and now you're stepping into a energy of receiving, okay? But like there was a lack of patience, kind of similar to someone else, you know. What is this betrayal? Yeah, you had a lot of envious people, and people who saw your life of comfort, people who were unhealed, people who were codependent, people who kind of like fed their own delusions. They're getting karma now. They wanted revenge. You know, they're showing me this movie where I think it's called Do Revenge, where it's like a strategic plan where somebody, like, it's kind of like somebody you hurt somebody not on purpose, and then somebody literally like goes out of their way, or you triggered somebody's demon or triggered somebody in some way, and they go out of their way to infiltrate your life, to make your life a living hell, but act like they're actually your friend. And they knew that you wouldn't walk away at the time because of the fact that, you know, you had nothing to fear. This person was portraying themselves as somebody who was generous, somebody who, you know, was a rider, somebody who was loyal, when in reality they were not loyal, okay? With this Page of Cups, loyalty in the reverse. And disloyalty, like literally, that's a double whammy for us right there. But like, you know, you had a lot of envious people. who didn't want to break the bond with you because of the benefits, you know, because of the comfort, because of your healing energy. And that's a challenge because you were getting drained left and right. And that's also what was blocking your finances as well, because you couldn't eat at the table because the table was dirty, aka those people. They were the dirt on the table. We had to clean that out, and now it's like, oh, we can finally set the table because we have these individuals who match us, who are finally here to eat with us. Okay, what's this individuality? Every person has their own personalized study plan in this Earth school. Yeah, Earth is a school, and it's lessons, and the blessings are coming in for you. And you know, you were getting pushed to your limit with these lessons, and it's giving like no more hard lessons. Okay, especially in regards to relationships, romance. You always feeling like you had to fight a battle. You know what I'm saying? You're finally understanding what you can juggle and what you can't juggle, and you're finally realizing that you are an individual who has their own timeline, who is very unique, who triggers people's demons, and it doesn't have anything to do with you. Okay, you can be kind, and then people will still be super disrespectful towards you. And you know, you used to blame yourself, well, maybe if I wasn't like this, then they wouldn't be mean, or like maybe if I wasn't like this, I wouldn't be triggering people or making people jealous. Or you are not responsible for how these people feel. That's their responsibility to figure that shit out. You know what I'm saying? And you are transforming that. Okay, you are embracing your individuality. A challenge for you was you didn't really embrace your individuality. You used to think of yourself as weird. You wanted to try to fit in, and it's like you're no longer doing that anymore. We have engineer, acceptance. Yeah, wow, literally. And imagination. Yeah, what's coming, what's replacing that, you know, kind of anxiety energy towards like you building your abundance or getting your dreams and goals is the possibility. Okay, your creative mind is about to be very much focused on solutions rather than problems, and you're accepting what is, and now you're allowing flow. You're opening up to receive. That's what's coming in. You're opening the doors, the floodgates are opening. Okay, so because you're accepting, because of these blocks that you've removed, problems are going to be solving themselves. You're going to have solutions, or things are going to get easier for you because maybe you're going to get new gizmos, gadgets, technology. Okay, your mind is going to be very much operating out of love instead of fear. You're going to be trusting your intuition, which again gives you a free-flowing energy because you won't be panicked. And because you're not panicked, you're not operating out of a low vibration, which means that that low vibration is not going to taint whatever it is that you're working on, or taint yourself, because again, we attract what we are. If you are in an anxious state, you're going to attract more things that will bring in more anxiety. But you're finding peace, you're accepting regardless of like what's going on. Again, with that story that they tell about like this man, his son broke his leg, and then the people were like, oh my god, that's terrible, and he's like, maybe it is, maybe it isn't. And then these people come and they're like drafting people for war, and you know, he couldn't go because he broke his foot, and they're like, oh my god, that's great, and they're like, maybe it is, maybe it isn't. And then some other shit happened. I don't fucking know the whole story, but you see what I'm saying? Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. You're like, this or that is true, because I'm seeing that dolphin card from the spirit animal deck. This or that can be true, but you can choose what is this and what is that, if that makes sense. Using your imagination, using your vibration, and you're understanding the complexities of the world and realizing how simple it can be. Keep it simple, stupid. What is even that from? I don't know what that's from, or what. There's something that's from. But at the end of the day, moral of the story is that what you've been imagining about your dreams are becoming a reality, and that's what's coming because of you kind of releasing all that. Yeah, you're completing some kind of cycle that's going to bring about emotional fulfillment. Emotional fulfillment, problem solving themselves, you continuing whatever it is that you're putting out and getting better and better, finding easier ways to do it. Okay, and yeah, accepting yourself, embracing yourself, and being around people who accept you too. and don't want to change you, and you're no longer trying to change anyone. You're accepting people who they are. If they're meant to be in your life, then you'll know that. And if not, then it's not your problem. You're not feeling guilty for leaving people behind and choosing to go with other people or situations or whatever you left behind. The guilt is releasing, and you're accepting, like, I had to make that choice. It was for myself. It wasn't easy, but it was necessary. And you have a lot of, yeah, open arms. It's just like open arms. It's like, I don't know how to explain this. Like, your mind is going to be so much more nourishing to you. It's not going to be so vindictive or angry or anxious. It's like you're finally going to be like, oh, look how beautiful everything really is or could be. You know what I'm saying? Alright, let's get into your tarot to close you out. Alright, pile number 4, we have the Truth, which is the Justice card. We have the Page of Wands in the reverse, Innovation. We have the 7 of Wands in the reverse, Resilience. We have the 9 of Pentacles in reverse, Comfort. This came out earlier, y'all saw. And then we also have the 7 of Swords, Deceit. Again, deceit. Y'all have been, like, deceit. People, you know what's crazy is, like, people really, you know, tried to deceive you and stuff. And yeah, because you saw people through the eyes of the way that you operate, you know, and that's why, like, the deceit is leaving, because it's like you're no longer having rose-colored glasses or looking for the best in people, because you're realizing that not everyone has the same heart as you. Okay, 9 of Swords in the reverse, Trauma again. And then we have the 10 of Pentacles, Wealth. At the back of the deck we have the Emperor and Crossroads, Structure, Two of Swords. So you were stuck and stagnant, okay, trying to build up something. It's giving analysis paralysis. Like, when I have this, then I'll start building this. When I have this, then I'll stay disciplined, or whatever it is, or I'll work on this, or I'll put this out. You know what I'm saying? And what you're realizing is that you will grow into, or you will be provided whatever you need, and you're seeing the truth of that, because you had limiting beliefs in regards to, like, taking action, because you never felt you were ready, you know. But if a bird never jumped off that cliff, then they would never fly. Their wings were ready the whole time. So that's the kind of vibe that's being released. The challenge of you know, taking leaps of faith. And yes, you have taken leaps of faith, plenty, don't get me wrong, but it's always with this constant battle in your head, and you're releasing that. You're no longer deceiving yourself, and that's why you're no longer going to be blocking luxury, comfort, abundance, independence. Okay, you were like, oh, the only way that I can do this is if I have this, and this person, or like, I'm not going to be able to do this by myself. Everything, you're working with God. God will provide you with the people that you need, with the situations, the circumstances, the tools. Okay? And yeah, sometimes you gotta do things in a way where you have to be inventive, okay? You gotta be inventive, and to start to, like, you know, well, I don't have this yet, but I can use this instead, or I can create this, and I can create that until I have the funds to do that. You're not allowing funds, you're no longer going to be allowing funds to block you from reaching your goals. You're no longer going to be allowing certain things of, like, I'm not ready, or I don't have this, or I'm not good enough, I'm not strong enough. You're no longer going to be allowing that to block you from taking the actions necessary. Okay? You're also no longer fighting for people who didn't fight for you. You're no longer inserting yourself, because you are very just. You know what I'm saying? You are the type of person who, you know, will defend the people who need to be defended. But some people, you're gonna start to realize that some people make their own bed. Some people are poisoning themselves. Some people are asking for it. And, you know, you constantly were helping people who were creating this victimhood, and it was like, it wasn't your fight. First of all, it was draining your energy, and I felt like these people were kind of doing this to pull you in, because that's when the people would get attention. You know, it's like giving, like, somebody who always has something going on, or like, because now I'm seeing, I don't know what it's called, but it's what happened to, what's her name, Gypsy Rose, because I was just watching a show, And it was the same thing where like the mother is poisoning the child to like kind of get attention in their own way, you know. It's like that, but like it was that for you in a different way, you know. It's not, maybe you wasn't getting poisoned and shit, but like, you know what I'm saying, it's like somebody always having some kind of issue or some kind of problem so that people can be like, oh my god, are you okay, or like, you know what I'm saying. That's what they wanted. And you're no longer going to be entertaining that, because you see through it. You see beyond the deceit. The trauma is not there. It's not real. It's man-made. It's a mental thing. It's a mask that they use, you know, for whatever fucking reason. 444. I don't know behind the psychology behind why these people do this. I am aware of it. You know what I'm saying? The victimhood, the martyrs, or whoever, like, not martyrs, but like, I don't know how to explain it, but whoever does that kind of shit, you know, there's something in their mind that makes them think that it's right, you know, justifies it, when in reality it's really not. And you're no longer going to be affected by that energy, no longer going to be fed poison, deceit, like this deceit, you know what I'm saying. You're freeing yourself from that. You're free and you're healing. Because I also heard when this came out, the Seven of Wands, I heard, all my life I had to fight. You're having somebody, because you are a very independent person, you have somebody coming in to help you. And that's the challenge, was you always had to be this hyper independent, this person who never had people help you, but you were always helping people, draining yourself, pouring your empty ass cup into others. And now it's like you're seeing the truth that like, I don't have to pour into people anymore, because if they're not pouring into me, if the scale is imbalanced, then why the fuck am I doing this? And you used to feel guilty because of whoever or whatever. There was some kind of guilt in you. It was deceiving you. Maybe these people made you feel guilty, or you know what I'm saying? I don't know what it is, but you're finally seeing beyond that. You're seeing the truth beyond all the illusions that were in your life. You're going to be creating a new structure. You're going to be very much around supportive people, people who pour into you, people who it's reciprocated, people who don't have ulterior motives, people who are gonna be honest with you, tell you when your shit is stinking, tell you when you can become better. And people who are not just in it because they see you destined for success, because a lot of you guys in this pile, you're destined for a lot of abundance and a lot of success. These are people who are going to match you, you know what I'm saying, and be on their own way, doing the same thing but in a different way. I don't fucking know how to explain that. Like, it's given like let's say you become a millionaire, it's like you're gonna be surrounded by fellow millionaires who built up their own millionaire energy or their millions in their own way, if that makes sense. But that's where we're gonna call it pile number 4. Congratulations on your incoming wealth. For real, for real. I love you guys. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have an amazing day, night, or whatever. And I'll see you on the next one. Bye.